welcome yet again to an amazing month where we're going to share very interesting stuff about business.
Business group coaching is back.
This business started in 2019 on the cusp of COVID.
Right now, the entire organization has over 30 people.
If that is not growth, you see what I meant when I told you we were bringing somebody with results to show?
That the reason why I need to have this is people who follow me are mostly sinners. So they need to hear the word of the Lord.
So he knew how to calculate cost of goods, he knew how to purchase, he knew how to price, he knew how to repair, he knew even how to collect debts.
You strongly believe Jesus was a businessman?
Yes.
Anyone who sets up a business to work in it, you created a job for yourself, that business will fail.
When the leader sees small, the business is definitely going to stay small, and so is everyone in it, trapped in the smallness.
Exactly.
You who think the business people are not in kingdom business. Ooh.
Good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to Business Garage, depending on what time you are tuning in. Thank you very much for joining us on Business Garage this morning. Depending on where you are, it could be afternoon, could be evening, but you are most welcome. My name is Pastor Sharon Tumusime, and I am your Business Garage host today, and it gives me great joy and great pleasure to be here. If you're tuning in for the very first time, Business Garage is part of Worship Harvest Ministries. At Worship Harvest, we're a movement of the gospel, discipleship, and mission, and we exist for the purpose of catalyzing spiritual, social, and economic renewal in our immediate communities, and as a result, the world. And at Worship Harvest, we plant life-giving, disciple-making, community-renewing churches. And we believe that church begins on Monday and Sunday is garage time. And what that means is that on Sunday, we just go at church to get serviced. You know, when you hear about a service, to just get refreshed and renewed our minds so that we can go out on Monday and do actual church. That's what that slogan actually means for those of you that are hearing it for the very, very first time. So first things first, please go ahead and share that link with your friends, relatives, businessmen and women, and most importantly, anyone that is interested in agriculture. Today is the show that is really talking a little bit more into agriculture. What is it? How can I get into it? How can I make money instead of just eating what comes from there? How can I use it as an income stream? How can I make the best out of that 50 by 100 that I have somewhere in, Mokono that is seated idle? Those are the sort of conversations we're having today. So go out and share that link. After all, agriculture is the backbone of this country. Therefore, each of us, this is a topic that should interest us. So do go ahead and share that link with your friends and with your relatives. For those of you just tuned in today, Business Garage is part of Worship Harvest Ministries, and it is part of the Business Leaders Network. That is the business arm of Worship Harvest Ministries, where we resource kingdom men and women to go out and do business in the marketplace and influence in the marketplace for Jesus. So you're resourced here and equipped with knowledge and skills to go out there and influence in the marketplace for Jesus Christ as you spread the gospel. Because as we were instructed, you told us to occupy. So you go on and have dominion, but it's important to have knowledge even as you attempt to have dominion as instructed by the Lord. And so that's what we do here. Worship Harvest Ministries goes out and is keen on seeing people prosper and thrive. And so that's why we have this show. Business Garage under the Business Leaders Network is mandated and runs on 3 key pillars, that is community, coaching, and capital. And so this is the part where we are coaching you. The community part, you can join the Business Leaders Network. Just post in the group. Someone will come to you if you post in the link down below, and someone will tell you how you can be part of the Business Leaders Network. It's under that community that you then get to know how can you access capital for your business. And so all that is found in the Business Leaders Network. Worship Harvest Ministries is part of over 180 plus locations around. So if you're looking for a place to go to right after watching Business Garage, there's definitely one near you. You can just go online and find out where all our locations are so that you can go and have a Sunday garage service with the rest of our church family. That's what we want for you. And of course, Business Garage, we want to just celebrate in a special way Apostle Moses Mukisa and Pastor Ari, our movement leaders who really came up with Business Garage as something because they love business people. And so we'd like to celebrate them today, to thank them, to send them our special shout outs, to say thank you for loving businessmen and women and just wanting to see us thrive and prosper as God has already blessed us too. So we just send you greetings. Thank you very much, Apmo and Pastor Ari. And so, welcome once again to Business Garage. Like I told you, today's show is one that will inspire you as well as give you knowledge and skills to do better. With me in the studio, really, we're not in studio, we are somewhere at a place of convenience today. We are just at an excellent location. As you can see our background, it's a beautiful place. That's where we're having this conversation. And it only makes sense that we're out in the green as we talk about something to do with agriculture. So we thought it should make sense that we're out there. And so we have with us today someone interesting, a special lady. I don't know if we have enough time for a conversation with her, but God will help us. God will help us today. And so she has been in this business space for the last, I think, 20 plus years. Yes, we'll get to 20. Yes. 25. And she'll tell us a bit more. 25. I'd even reduced them. 25 years. And she is well equipped and versed with the topic that she's going to share with us today. She's an expert in all things leadership, agri-entrepreneurship, advocacy, and anything to do with agriculture. She has a business. She's a business owner. She's an MD of a business called Agri Farm, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about it. And she is known in the circles, all circles agriculture, for her great contribution in the sense of leadership, as well as a strategy, as well as conversations that steer people to do better and be able to just get the most out of their businesses. She's also deeply committed to social impact. So she's had a lot of work done with the women and the youth. On a normal day, you might find her out in a refugee camp teaching and training them on how they can, make the most out of where they live as refugees. So those are some of the things that are very, very close to her heart. And she's won several awards. For example, the Excellence in Agriculture Innovation Award at Commonwealth Business Women's Summit this year, where she was awarded for that. Her innovations, she's received many invitations to speak at many international forums, like University of Southern California. Come on now. So she's really extended the knowledge that she has learned, even as she has done this business for a long time. She has extended it out, and now she's here to share with us. She has worked previously in a space with Bolton, Uganda. Those of you that know it, one of the oldest, which do sell agricultural inputs and support agriculturalists. So she's worked with them for some time until then she ventured out to start her business, where she's a managing director. And her business, AgriFarm, is a premier provider of agricultural inputs, innovative farming solutions, and capacity building. She has an MBA in strategic management and marketing. She has a BSc in management, and I think she recently became a doctor. Yes, so she had her postgraduate the other day, PhD, and so she's really a woman worth your time. So do welcome with me the amazing Agnes Imbabazi, Dr. Agnes Imbabazi, to Business Garage today. You're welcome, Dr. Agnes.
Thank you very much, Pastor Sharon.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know that I pulled you away from your farm.
Usual farms.
From the various farms to come here. So really, thank you so much for taking the time out on your weekend. I know it's hard to find you in Kampala City, but thank you so much for gracing us this weekend to be here with us.
You're most welcome.
Yes. And usually on Business Garage, when we are here, we start the show by sending greetings. So you might want to send greetings to some. I don't know who people out there. So we never leave you without
farmers.
giving you an opportunity. To all the farmers, you might know them by name. I don't know if we'll have enough time, but do take a time and just say hello to some people and let them know about, you know, that you're here and you love them and you appreciate them.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sharon, for this special invitation. Honestly, I love to speak about agriculture, something that is so dear to my heart. A special shout out to my commercial farmers, specifically those in Noya that make me a better person in business, and also a special shout out to my crop life members, the guys that import agriculture inputs with me, that we journey together, and of course to my family, to my friends, and to all the people that have been part of my journey.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that she's a chairperson of Crop Life Uganda. Like she said, it's a group of people that are into inputs and things like those to do with agriculture.
Yes.
She'll tell us a bit more about it. So it's an organization, they've come together, and so she's currently the chairperson. And recently they had an event. I'm sure you'll tell us a little bit more about it as well. But Agnes, today we are here to talk about agriculture. Agriculture, even when we were in primary school, we learned is the backbone of the nation. And it truly, truly is. Many people have been educated, have lived their livelihoods are what they are because of agriculture. Some people, that's all they do. We survive off it. So among the leading exports are agriculture exports. So really, we celebrate and thank God really for a fertile land on which we can do all these things. Many countries are not blessed to our extent.
Absolutely.
So we are really, really grateful for that. And so today we want to get into the topic of agriculture. This thing that everybody has attempted. I don't think I've met someone who has not
Attempted agriculture.
agriculture. I am yet to meet that person who has not tried it. Just going to show a little bit about it. But agriculture, what is it? Is it the same as farming? Is farming and agriculture? If I farm, am I an agriculturalist? If I'm, tell us what really in layman's terms for someone who has been wondering or saying and mixing up these things.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor Sharon. Again, my name is Agnes Mbabazi. And I'll begin by saying I'm an agriculture specialist, and I've done this for 25 years, like you mentioned earlier. So it's something that I know, like I dream about, I sleep thinking about. When you wake me up to say anything, I'll speak about agriculture passionately and with a lot of experience. So agriculture is the broader picture of farming, let me say. But what agriculture entails is cultivating crops and looking after livestock. Basically, that's what it's all about. If you start doing crops, so that means you're cultivating the land, you're planting the crops, you're harvesting, that's basically agriculture.
Yes.
If you're on the other side of livestock, keeping animals, fish, aquaculture is all agriculture.
Yes.
So agriculture is so broad. And I think it has never been as broad as it is today.
Yeah.
Because we have so many enterprises under agriculture now. Previously, everybody knew agriculture to be farming or to be cultivating crops.
Yes.
If you talked about agriculture, everyone thinks about dirty hands.
Yes.
Soil, basically. You wake up in the morning, you get a hoe.
Yes.
Go dig.
Yeah.
Today, agriculture has gone way far beyond. It has encompassed so many things, including agribusiness. So many businesses along the value chain are under agriculture.
Yes.
Like you mentioned earlier, agriculture contributes 85% of your GDP.
Amazing.
So 75% of the population in Uganda is actually engaged in agriculture in one way or another, either in crops or animals or fish, all that is agriculture. And so what this means that literally every day, 75% of the population engages in this activity.
Yes.
And when you're talking about food security, you're talking about feeding the nation, you're talking about anything that actually has been and shall ever be is about agriculture. Because we feed every day.
Yes.
So every single day, someone out there is eating food, is eating meat. You
Having
do
milk.
agriculture. And I think during COVID is when this agriculture thing came out like more than ever before.
Yes.
The people that used to be in the corporate world, like I used to be, like you used to be,
Yeah.
some of them had never seen agriculture. And this time around, because they had nothing to do and they had to eat. There was no economic activity happening, apart from, of course, health and other things. But people were in their homes, so they realized that let's go farming. And so farming is the smaller component,
Yes.
agriculture is the bigger picture.
Yes.
And agribusiness is also another component of agriculture. So a group of activities starting from cultivating, looking after animals, being aggregators, guys who deal in produce, people who do inputs, people who sell knowledge, advisory, is all agribusiness. So when you look at the holistic approach to agriculture, it actually goes to agribusiness.
Yes.
But to a layman, agriculture means cultivating crops, engaging in dirty work, getting your hands dirty, getting a hoe or a tractor, and then you get crops harvested at the end of the day.
Yes.
To a layman.
Yeah.
So when you go to the village and say, what is agriculture? They will say, I'm growing beans or maize.
Yes.
But today, agriculture
It
goes
has
beyond
evolved,
that.
yes. And I like that you say that it's no longer that. So that means that there are many opportunities along which you can get into
Absolutely.
agriculture. You
Absolutely.
don't have to be the one.
Primary production.
Yes,
We call
doing
it primary production.
Primary production.
Yeah.
You
Or
don't have to
digging.
be the one digging.
Digging.
But you can actually be a key player in the whole
Actually,
thing.
the people that are making money today, let me be just specific to Uganda.
Yes.
The people that are making money in agriculture are not the farmer. They are not the ones who are digging, literally.
Yes, yeah.
The guys that are selling produce, for example, are one of the rich people in the value chain. Guys who go to the villages, buy all the maize, buy all the coffee, buy all the cocoa, and bring it, maybe aggregate it, and export it. Make more money than the guys who do the digging.
Yes.
So there are so many activities, including guys who do value addition.
Yes.
People
yeah.
who are buying coffee, roasting it, and exporting it.
Yes.
People who are buying soybean, maybe making animal feeds.
Yes.
Those are all activities under agriculture.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be stuck and say, I want to be a farmer just doing the digging.
Yes.
You can choose to be anything in the value chain. You can aggregate from the farmer. You provide market for the farmer. You be an off-taker, for example. You can be the exporter of the agricultural inputs. You look for all the guys that are growing tomatoes and put them in one room and be the off-taker.
Yes.
And then you put it together and export to Europe or wherever you want to export. So all those are actually, there's so many jobs along the value chain.
Yes.
Guys who are adding value today are actually making more money. Just go to the supermarkets and see the types of herbs that are there. Starting from rosemary, you will go to Nakasero and buy a whole bunch
Yes.
at 1,000. You'll go and buy a small tin in the supermarket
Yeah.
at 20,000
It's true.
of rosemary.
Yeah.
So the guys who are adding value to actually the crops are making more money.
Yeah.
And that's why today, when we're talking about industrialization, people are talking more of value addition.
Yes.
And it's the future, because we'll avoid a lot of wastage, a lot of crops that are lost between the garden and the market. When you're doing value addition, you'll probably make more money.
Yes.
And also you have a longer shelf life, so you have a lot of time to play with the pricing.
Yes.
And so value addition is becoming a very big deal. And if actually adopted, we can make so much money, and we can work so much towards eliminating famine and also creating food security along different value chains.
And and dealing also with the issue of unemployment, because when you are the value adder, you probably employ more people.
Absolutely.
Than if I just have a farm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have an
if you're doing
opportunity
processing,
to-
for example,
Yes,
people
yeah.
who are sorting, people who are aggregating, people who are grading, people who are packing, people who everything, every stage
Yes.
has got so many work.
Yes.
I mean, so many workers involved. So if you really want to do value addition, probably you will create more employment than just a farmer
Than
who is
just a
doing 1
farmer.
acre or 10 acres
Yes.
in the field.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what I'm hearing is that those people who have seen problems along the value chain and entered to solve them,
Yeah.
those are the ones that are enjoying.
Absolutely.
the
And
most from it.
most
Yeah.
people, you find most people making, crying about agriculture. But sometimes it puzzles me when I look at how people crying about agriculture, and you're finding someone coming from the United States, someone coming from India to come and grow in a big way agriculture, in maize, for example, or soybean. So sometimes it's also the attitude, sometimes it's the lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
In fact, the biggest gap in our industry is knowledge gaps.
Yes.
The farmers don't know what to do. They don't know the technology. They don't know how to farm and maximize their yield. They don't know what kind of crop to engage in. And of course, the other challenge is the market. So you find most of the markets are not available to the local man.
Yes.
So the guys who come from other countries,
I'll come with the market.
exactly, they come with the market. Take an example, people who are doing herbs, people who are doing flowers, people who are doing chrysanthemums.
Yeah.
They are doing these and selling them back to their countries. And so us, while sitting here looking on, we have that challenge.
Yes.
But also the farmers that lack knowledge to know how best can I utilize my 1 acre to get the best out of it. in terms of quality and in terms of quantity. And what technologies can I use to be able to maximize my small piece of land and get better yield and be able to get a better market?
Yeah, and I like the direction that you're going. You've actually entered exactly the next question, which is, we have so many people that are interested in agriculture. Even me, I tried co.
Yeah.
It ended in tears, but I am ready to try again.
Never give up.
Never give
Never
up.
give up,
Exactly.
yes.
So there are many like me.
I've also cried. I've also cried before, so
Exactly.
it's okay.
So we're talking about that person. I have my 1 acre.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I bought somewhere in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I have my 1 acre, I'm there at my office and it's seated idle. Oh, I have one in Zimbabwe, one in Mukono. You know how we buy with, our corporate, how they buy here and there.
Telephone farmers.
Exactly, telephone farmers.
Yeah.
So how can I maximize? How can I get the most out of this 1 acre?
Yeah.
Because either way, even the trees that people talk about planting on 1 acre, really.
Which trees?
Yes. So how can I get the
Eucalyptus.
most with the knowledge that you have now? Because you've said sometimes it's the lack of knowledge on how to maximize and get the very best. With all your experience and knowledge, what would you tell this person now? How do I get the best out of this 1 acre that I have somewhere?
Thank you, Pastor Sharon. Okay, the first thing that I can advise farmers, if you have a small piece of land, you must think about a crop which is high value. Okay. High value crops mean that these crops that are not your usual maize or beans. The ones that you can sell outside Uganda. Okay, these are the crops that will allow you to invest, because having a small piece of land means you have to use technology to be able to maximize. Okay. So what is technology, or what can you do to get it better or to maximize your 1 acre? First of all, one of the technologies is growing under greenhouses. Okay. I don't know whether you've seen a greenhouse before. I'm sure that many people now know greenhouses. When I worked at Bolton, we were the first ones to introduce that technology. And people used to wonder, how are the crops growing under the chivera?
And in the cavera.
So it's a technology. Yes. And what does it give you? When you grow under greenhouse, you will be able to grow throughout the year. That's actually the benefit number 1. You can choose to plant 4 seasons, 4 months. So every month, you grow what we call short season crops. And you continuously grow. If you have a greenhouse, for example, you'll grow, for example, cherry tomatoes is one of them. Just take a look in one of those supermarkets like Carrefour and the rest of it.
A handful of them.
Exactly. When we were growing up, those things, nobody bought them. Today, if you go to the high-end restaurants, they don't cut these big tomatoes. They do the cherry tomatoes. The small ones, in Luganda, they used to call them bumalaya. They were so little. Now, those are the ones that have a market. Now, when you grow cherry tomatoes, you can harvest for 6 months. Wow. Okay? And you can also allow to start planting. So you can even divide your greenhouse into 4. You keep planting every month. And so you keep selling throughout the year. The challenge with farmers is that they want to grow when it's raining, what we call rain-fed. Like now everyone is eyeing the sky.
Where is the rain coming from?
Exactly. If you go even next door in Kenya and see what they're doing, they took another step forward. They don't wait for the rainfall. If you're rain-fed, you're limited because you'll only grow in the 2 seasons, March and September. And when the rains don't come like we are seeing now,
right now
it rains in Gayaza, it doesn't rain where we are.
Thanks.
Okay? Yeah. So how do we maximize? We must go technology. We must start growing into greenhouses. There are other technologies. I'll tell you recently, I was in Algeria and I was blown away by the technology these guys have gone to. And one of them, I'm actually going to introduce it here. It's called growing, they call it vertical farming.
Yes.
So vertical farming, that means you're growing, going upwards instead of horizontal. So what does this mean? You can grow in 300 square meters and get an output that you get from 4 acres on a normal day.
No way.
Absolutely true. So I visited these guys, and they are called Farms of Babylon. And I'm partnering with them very, very soon. We signed up already.
Is that the one we saw you signing?
It's one of them.
All over the
all over CNN, right? Yes, it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
So what these guys do, it's a new technology, and
Okay.
I'll be really, really going, big time with it. You can grow in the smallest space. And guess what? You can grow in a greenhouse. You can grow in a shed house. You can grow in a container. If you know these containers. The ones that you use for importing.
For yes, the
exactly.
shipping container.
Where you normally make them your stores.
Yes, we put in hardware at the building site.
Exactly, that one, okay. So you can grow by partitioning them, and then you put what we call ladders going upwards. And then you grow vegetables that are high value. You look for vegetables that are high value, that can be exported. And guess what? You can grow organically. Because once you're doing everything under a controlled environment, you don't need agrochemicals actually. So people who are singing organic,
yes,
it's organic. And what for me fascinated me is that you will use AI. So I did not now get in touch with AI people. I've been avoiding AI. But when I met these guys from Algiers, they said, listen, we use a simple software that will be able to detect the diseases, that will detect the water shortage, and so many other environmental parameters. And then you're able to control before it.
So you maximize whatever
it's called
it is
vertical farming,
yes,
and it's something that is going to work very well in refugee communities where we don't have land.
And there's not enough land.
Yeah, because the biggest problem in refugee settlements is lack of land, arable land. Now, if you have a small piece of land, even in your compound, you have probably 1 acre, okay? You can just partition of 300 square meters and you will supply all your neighborhood with vegetables. Amazing. First of all, very healthy vegetables because you don't using any chemicals.
Yeah,
you're actually using water and using some manure and a bit of fertilizers and controlling the insects by using technology, repellents and all those kind of things. So one, you're maximizing your small piece of land, the question you asked me.
Yes.
2, you're exporting throughout. And then you have high quality for export.
Yes, so it meets the standards.
Because you're controlling the insects that damage, the crop.
Yes.
And then 3, you can grow throughout the year. So that means you can sign off a contract.
Yeah.
If you have, we call them farms. If you have like 4 containers, call them farms. Each container is called a farm. If you have 4 farms, you can say this farm will be maturing in January, the second farm in February, and you will grow throughout. So what does this mean? For export market, you are able to actually consistently grow.
Yes.
The reason that stops most of us from export is sustainability.
Yeah, the reliability
of supply.
Yeah.
You contract people to supply you and they never show up.
Yes, it's not
Today
in
they
your
have
control.
a good crop, tomorrow they don't have a good crop because they're leaving it to nature.
It's not in their control.
They're leaving it to nature.
Yes, yeah.
So we must step ahead and get out of this nature bit
and
do things professionally.
Because help has come.
Of course.
And technology
is here. And we don't have any choice. I'm telling you, I've had an opportunity to be in many countries, including high-end Israel, where people talk about sun. You all know it's a desert.
Yes.
How do they survive?
Yeah.
You will never hear people saying that there's drought in Israel.
No,
they don't talk about it.
Famine.
There's no famine. You're dying if actually Karamoja is looking for food. And Israelis want to come and take over Karamoja because they think they can make it paradise. Exactly. Algeria itself is a desert. But people tell you they have food. Most of the company, the countries that are exporting, Egypt, all those guys, do not have fertile soils like Uganda. So what are they doing? Technology. So for us to maximize, again, back to our smallholder farmer, is to expose them to technology.
Yes.
The smallholder farmer in the village may not be able to do it, but you, the corporate guys, can do it.
Yes.
You can set an example. If you're doing this and you're able to export, then that means you can touch your neighbors around you and introduce the same technology and be able to do this.
Yeah.
So again, knowledge is a very important thing.
Yes.
Technology is extreme. It has never been as important as it is today.
Yes.
Digitization is where we are going. So we can grow so much. And for Uganda, you can grow so much because the times when we have too much rain, you don't even need to irrigate.
At that time,
so you'll save so much energy and so much water, as opposed to the guys who are growing in Israel elsewhere.
Where there's hardly any.
Where there's nothing.
Yeah.
So you can actually maximize your 1 acre.
Yes.
Yeah. But of course, it goes beyond that. You can look for other crops like herbs. Like I've told you, look at herbs like, not the usual rosemary. You can do chives.
Yes.
I know a farmer in Kasanje who is doing on 4 acres.
Yes.
And they're doing chives.
Yes.
And he told me he can't meet the export. He cannot meet the demand in
in
Dubai.
Yes. He's looking for
people to grow. But because you don't have quality, he's very hesitant to sign up. But from his farm, he's exporting to Dubai.
Yes.
And the market is insatiable. So basically, he's using technology growing under greenhouses, using hydroponics, using small gadgets that we're using today to be able to have constant production.
Yes.
And when people hear these things, especially the corporate people, there's no reason why you can't do them.
Yeah.
Because the smallholder farmer may be thinking, maybe they think sometimes there's a lot of mystery around the stocks and myths and all that. But these are simple technologies. If you go to Dubai and you see the fruits that are being in those big malls, you're shocked. And where are they coming from?
Yes.
Vietnam. And you're just here.
Closer.
And then we are saying we are the Pearl of Africa. So I think it's a matter of waking up. we realize that we can do it.
Yes.
And then embrace the technology. And also you people, the problem you have, you corporate people, you don't want to utilize our knowledge. You all want to be agronomists. So make use of us.
We have ChatGPT.
Okay? You want to go to your, whatever you call it, and then you'll ask it, what can I grow? The thing is not sitting in Uganda. I keep telling people that even if they bring AI, it will not do farming for you because it will not hold the whole.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of opportunity.
Now I want you to take me through the process.
Yeah.
So I have my acre. I'm Sharon, I'm seated here.
Yeah.
What do I do now? Do I first call you? Do I go into research? Do I, take us through the process? Because I know there are people, because part of Worship Harvest, we buy land. We are part of Harvest Multipurpose. So people have land and they're wondering, okay, I bought land, now what? So what are the steps? What would I go through to start and enter into, agribusiness or agriculture really?
Okay.
And maximizing. Let's first start actually at agriculture really.
So the first thing is
start
thinking agriculture as a business.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Pastor Sharon, you have a business.
Yes.
I do have a business. You invest in your business, I invest in my business.
Yes.
So what do you invest? You invest time, you invest money.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So don't look at agriculture as a by the way.
Yes.
Or a side
Pastime.
hustle. When you look at it that way, already you have failed. So look at it like it's a business that is going to give you money.
Yes.
And what will you do? Come to AgriFarm, for example. Come to me.
Yes, find the expert.
Come and find an agronomist.
Yes, agronomist.
Problem, you don't want to pay us. You want to pay doctors only.
Then
Vet
we don't
doctors
know
and
them.
other
We
people.
don't know the agronomist.
Come and look for
we ask
agronomists.
our farmer relatives.
Okay.
Cover him.
and then these ones who are always on social media.
Exactly.
Consulting.
So an agronomist
Google.
is
So
where
come
you
and
need
look
to
for an
go.
agronomist.
Yes.
And come and ask them. But not an agronomist. People have exposure.
Yes.
So come and ask me. I have my 1 acre. And farmers come all the time.
Yes.
Let us take you through what you need. First of all, we'll identify what do you want to grow. What do you want to target?
Yes.
Do you want to sell to Nakasero? Do you want a high value crop? What is your market target? Sometimes we have actually connections to the
what you
export
need.
market.
Yes, yes.
Okay, like I told you, a farmer is doing chives.
Yes,
Some,
yeah.
I'm sure I don't know what chives are.
I've seen them. I've seen a bottle with it.
Now you're one of them.
Yes.
A bottle with it. So these guys come to us and we know what they are growing and we know what they are looking for. So understand, okay, what do I need to invest to grow chives and be able to sell it for export? And then we say, okay, what you need to do, where are you located?
Yeah.
We do a farm visit. Okay? Do a farm visit, and one of the things you want to see is how is the soil?
Yeah.
Do you have a source of water? What are the temperatures? And what is the surrounding? Okay? Now, when we understand what you want, we'll say, look here. Do you want to make money? Yes. Can you go into onions? The problem is that you do not want to invest money. Someone will tell you, there's this onion that does so well in the drought. Okay? It's drought resistant. And a kilo is 1 million. Someone will be like, what? Am I buying a car? And they think already what? And now you want to invest and make money.
Yes.
So that is the problem, is the mentality. So if you come and you want to go agribusiness, serious, and you want to make agriculture as a business, come and grow those crops. Crops like onions, you will sell throughout the year. There's a young man I used to meet. I met many years ago in Captura. The guy made so much money in onions. The guy was going and getting 30 bags. And the bag then was like 600,000 shillings. And the guy was making like 30 bags out of an acre.
Imagine.
Make your math.
Yeah.
But now the problem is people want quick money. They don't want to invest in it. You want to get Basao Baganda knowledge. You don't want to invest in professionals. That's number one. So once you've known what you're going to do, engage an agronomist. Tell him, visit my farm once a month. So we'll guide you on what to plant, and then we will come and visit after 1 month and say, look here, now you need to weed, you need to put this fertilizer, and so on.
Yes.
And when we tell you what to do, please believe in us. You did not study agriculture. You went and did other things. But the problem you tell
We see what our neighbor is doing.
You know what they do? They will say, but my neighbor told me this. But your neighbor is as good as you. Okay? I have seen
Two
this
blind people.
actually in people who are trying to do cocoa, macadamia, has avocado. It is a disaster. You tell these guys, when you're planting avocado.
I think I found out what my problem was.
And what was your problem?
I
It will end in tears. So
I just found a muchuba and said, start planting.
Let me tell you, I went to a course of 3 months in Costa Rica to study has avocado. It was crazy. Nobody believed it. But when I saw, the first time I went there, when I saw the way people are doing the avocado, before they tell me, I knew we are just doing what we are not supposed to do. In line, how many plants per acre? How much water do you need? You need
There's
a
a science.
tensiometer. Exactly. You need a tensiometer to be measuring how much water you have per minute. Now, these guys will tell you, we feed this crop, we give it calcium at this stage, we give it potassium at this stage, we give it. Now, because Ugandans think they are gifted by nature, which is actually no longer the thing, we'll tell you, for me, I've planted and
I'm waiting.
Omupakasi. These workers, the guy from Burundi, these days are the ones who are trending. They'll come and tell you, Madam, for me, I'm using this product. It is now your worker who is telling you what to use. And when they don't even want to apply it.
Yes.
So you must start by doing it professionally. Time for nutrition, because what makes a crop is water and nutrients.
Yes.
Once you understand that I need water at this stage, and I need to control pests, and I need to apply fertilizers at this stage, manure, whatever it is, as long as you feed the plant, why can't you have the yield?
Yes.
But the farmers, especially the English-speaking farmers, they don't want to listen. I go on radio sometimes, and the farmers who call from Kanabulemu, from where, they'll call Musomesa. They call me Musomesa and doctor.
They honor you.
You don't
know,
want.
Yes.
Not just for wanting, but you tell the farmer.
They see the value in you.
You have, the farmer will tell you, my coffee has an insect that is drying the leaves, all of them. They will explain so nicely. And you tell them that's a twig borer. And you tell them, please apply this product. And they will do it religiously, and I can assure you, the local farmer is getting a higher yield because of that. Now, the English farmer will first get the name. What is the disease? Twig borer. They will go and ask chat that one. Then after that, they will say, okay, what product do I need? You tell them you need imidacloprid. Then they'll go to first ask on the internet. And then, this one I think is poison. But someone told me to do it. They be like that. Meanwhile, the insects are ravaging the whole.
They continue as I'm doing second research.
So you ask me, where do we start from? Listen to the expert, engage professionals. There is no business. Even if you want to do a business plan in your business, you need a professional.
You need the professional.
So it's high time people understood that even agriculture, to take it to commercial, you need people who are technical.
Yes.
Employ a technical person in your farm if you have a bigger scale, who will look after your crop every day. Pay them, invest money. You don't want to invest money. We don't want to invest money. And I've been in this game personally. So you don't want to invest.
So even there was a time you did not want to.
When I started farming, I farmed. For me, I applied all I knew because I had the fertilizers, I knew everything. My challenge was I was never on the farm. So what my guys would do, they would get my products which I've brought, they sell to the neighbor. So you see the neighbor's tomatoes doing better than you, the doctor. And it didn't make sense at all. But when I sat down, when I left employment and I sat down one day, I said, okay, now that I have time on my hand, I'm going to do 1 acre of onions, 1 acre of this, and you know, I went and I did them. And when I did them, I could see the results, honestly speaking. Because I did it when I was giving maximum supervision.
Yes.
But then I also woke up to one reality. I need a professional to be there.
Yeah.
So get a professional if you can manage a consultant, and also get a guy you can train. There's so many guys who have done diplomas. Yes. He just needs a small tuning from us, and then they'll be good to go.
Yes.
This is what you need. Once you decide what you want to do, get the right seed, get the right knowledge, get the right advice, and you start.
Yes.
But don't start and then you come to me. Because then you have already made a mistake. And it will end in what?
In tears. Exactly. So there you are actually to wait for the season to end, then you
start over. This is what happened to avocado farmers.
Yes.
They planted. After planting, they called you, Musomesa, please come and see.
Yes.
They have dug big pits, so the water has been settling on the plant. And so you get a disease called Phytophthora. So the tree is already rotten.
What is it going
already
to
the root
produce?
system is rotten, and so it will dry. So when I go to these farms and people have told you, Madam, my trees are drying, you go there, I tell them that is Phytophthora. What is the disease? I say, unfortunately, nothing. Because already the root system is rotten. Yeah. If it was only one when you first saw the signs, you could apply first steel, aluminium or something. It's too late. And then you can't do anything. And I've seen a farmer of 70 acres in Chenjojo uproot 70 acres, and he left the country. And he was regretting. I've also seen farmers who have done 1 acre.
Yeah.
So
and
also,
thriving.
Yeah, but also allow yourself to grow in the business.
Yes.
Don't come and I always tell my farmers, don't start from 50 acres. If you're a learner, start from 1, go growing.
And see what's happening.
Organically. And then as
because we want yield, we want money. We want
Kagwirawo. Don't go for Kagwirawo.
Yes.
All businesses with Kagwirawo will end in tears.
In tears,
yes. It's better to start organically, do 1 acre, do 2 acres.
Study
if you can afford,
also get an understanding of what you do.
But if you can afford to start with 50 acres, employ a professional as a must. employ a professional,
Some professionals
and also
in that
buy
case.
products from a professional organization that will actually give you after-sales service and also give you the genuine products.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Amazing. I think you have helped us to demystify this farming
Yeah.
thing. I think that's the challenge. We don't consult any professionals.
Yeah.
We just consult the guy we got from Kabale.
And then you also, your neighbor.
Yes, then
and your
also
neighbor.
our neighbor,
Yeah.
and then someone who is in the market. You know, we go everywhere, but to the
And
professionals.
sometimes people tell you know,
Yes.
for us farmers, we know our knowledge, we know our
Yes,
things.
we have our
but we also
yes,
know that you
yeah.
don't know.
Yes, because that person
Because
has
even
gone
us we
through-
learned.
Yes, they've also gone through a lot.
Yes.
They are not able to tell you.
I've been studying
Yeah.
like I've been doing agriculture studies like at every stage for 25 years.
Yes,
And always there is a new technology coming
up
So you must allow yourself to learn.
to learn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about these trainings that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The ones that you're doing, the social impact
Yeah.
that you are doing. Because that's what we are all about. It's not
Yeah.
only about me.
Money.
Once I go and do my 1 acre and it works,
Yeah.
as a Christian, I'm supposed to influence for Jesus elsewhere.
Yeah.
So as my acre is working and thriving, how am I going to
Impact
impact
other
other
people?
people around me? Yes.
Okay, so I'll tell you, for me, like I said, I've done this business for 25 years. I worked for a corporate company before until I went into my own business. And when I went into my business, of course, I was doing the usual selling agricultural inputs at agri-farm, and then, you know, delivering and going to farms and visiting and collecting money, okay, until COVID time. So COVID time, I started reaching out. People would reach out to me because they knew I have knowledge, and they would be like, Agnes, why don't you come and visit my farm? Sometimes they want you to advise them on what they can do. So I started actually charging as a matter of, that time it was a matter of make some little money.
Yes.
But in 2021 actually, we engaged in projects as AgriFarm, as my company.
Yes.
And personally, because I was very passionate. So we do livelihood projects. And one of them that we have done is a project we've done with MasterCard Foundation, but it's actually implemented by Goal Uganda. So we set up demo plots in refugee communities as one of them.
Yes.
The most impactful for me is what we call a block farm. So we went to Ramanja, and then we realized that the refugees actually were very hungry, because we realized that most of the people that are giving them handouts, most of the organizations are actually fading out, but also they go phasing out.
And they're also going through a pandemic.
Yes,
themselves.
exactly. And
Yeah.
also the projects are closing.
Yeah.
So we sat down and said, what can we make different? What can we do? So we wrote a proposal with Goal, and then we proposed to Goal and said, listen, we can bring these refugees together, and then we talk to the host communities to get them a piece of land. So we got 10 acres of land, and then we brought groups of refugees there. And what we did, we started helping them with the seed. So we started giving them the seed, hybrid seed, and then we also gave them an agronomist to be with them all the time.
Okay.
So we supported them right from getting the right seed, doing the land preparation, planting, weeding, fertilizer application, harvesting. And the first time we did this, we had about 50. We got out of the 10 acre, we got 20 metric tons of maize. And just so you know, a refugee gets about 5 kgs of maize from the humanitarian organizations per month. And one refugee has got 9 people under his family. So what can they
what
do
are they
with 5
doing with
kgs?
that? Yeah.
So we planted, and when we planted with them, we supported them. They were doing it. They were providing all the labor. And then when we harvested, each refugee family was able to get 200 kgs, okay, to take home. And they sold to make something for their soap and sugar and all these things. And then eventually they said, you know what, now madam, we have the portion, we don't have vegetables. So we introduced 1 acre. And then we put all sorts of vegetables as a trial. So we put tomatoes, we put cabbages, eggplants, and then we gave them also the seeds and everything else, and we gave them an irrigation kit so that they can plant. So as we talk now, they start planting from January to December.
Amazing.
And they keep harvesting.
Yes.
And so when we did a field day the first time, it was unbelievable. It was so touching, because these guys would come, they cannot believe that they can go to their garden and
get
harvest
something to
tomatoes
eat.
and
Yeah.
harvest eggplants. And so for me, I told myself, this is something that is worth replicating.
Yes.
So what we've been doing for the past 3 years is to do that kind of impact in the communities. So we teach them how to grow, we expose them to technology. Now we've even started helping them to do what we call beneficial insects, like BSF and bees, so that they harvest honey. Now this technology I saw in Algeria, I want to introduce it there.
To them as
so
well.
that even between their houses,
They can do.
they are able to do
Yes,
vertical
yeah,
farming.
yes.
And I think this will go a long way to change them. But the other thing we've also done is to train them in financial literacy. You talk to them and tell them, listen, learn how to save. So one of those groups called Shika Jembe, they actually opened a CBO, a village, and then they registered it. Now they are saving money. So they opened an account in a microfinance. And so I told them, when we leave you, and we are leaving them this year, we said, when we leave you, you should be able to bring other people on board.
Yes. Now you're the ones going to train other people.
So this season, right now, this season, we have a group of 135 youths, by the way, and women mainly, and they're all growing on that particular farm.
Yeah.
And what we do, we bring other youths in the neighborhood, in Kamwenje, and then we bring them there on a field day, and they learn practically.
Amazing.
And for me, this is more satisfying than actually the money.
Yes.
And we know that once we have that sustainability, if these guys can be able to grow their own food, and then they are able to graduate
eventually
from handouts,
yes, yeah.
they are happier.
Yeah,
they look happier.
They're happier. I like what you just said, and I think many people can actually use it. Because sometimes I might have a community I want to support, but I'm always sending them food.
Yes.
How about you?
Exactly.
Equip them with the skill to grow their own food.
You teach them.
Yes.
You can provide like seeds for the beginning, and then later on they can grow. But also we provide market. We link them to people that buy.
Yes.
And I remember one of those first harvests. These guys were very happy. Before we could know it, they had people coming to buy.
To buy from
yes.
them. Yes.
And then they are happy.
So it's a source of income also for them.
So for the community, I think like even the initiative for the church, beginning from just training young people on how to do backyard farming, on how to do things like vertical farming, you can invest in it.
Yes.
Because these youths need to see practically. You cannot keep preaching what they don't see.
Yes.
They need to see, and you know it all starts with food. So once you have food security, you know there's a saying that says there's no safety without food security. There's no security without food security. So you cannot talk about a secure Uganda without food security.
Without food,
So even in church, when you're doing initiatives in church, you cannot preach to people who have not eaten.
Yes.
So you can start those basic initiatives to support people to learn, and then they go and replicate. Once they see this working out, now I don't run after these refugees. They come looking for us.
Yeah.
Before we're actually looking for them, they didn't believe in it. 3 years down the road, they are now looking for us. They came asking whether there is land, what they can do, and they're happier.
Yeah.
So if you want to do an impact to the community, they will actually, for me, what do I earn from this thing? These guys just compose a song, they sing for you, you go there, they're very happy, and you come smiling, and you feel good about it.
But you're adding value to them.
There's nothing satisfying like touching somebody's life.
Yes.
And they will tell you, before you taught us, we didn't know what to do, now we know what to do.
But it also helps them to have some, because what does a refugee do in a refugee camp?
There's nothing. They compose songs, by the way, like I told you. They're always doing and keep producing every day.
Exactly. And then they're increasing, perpetuating the challenge that they're faced with. But now, if I have something to do, now they're even employed.
But some with the youths, if the youths are there and they're redundant, what will they do? Engage in drugs, engage in this
that
and
the youth
this.
are leaving up country to come to the city to be unemployed.
To do border.
You've just taught us that. That's the mistake.
So it's those. I think we need to rise to that occasion. Start teaching these guys, because look at Nakasero. Do you know that most of the many of the products in Nakasero come from Kenya?
Imagine.
And yet Kenyans are buying the pineapples to take to Kenya. So why not make those projects where the youths can grow and even put their own mudala in Nakasero, known for fresh vegetables. You harvest and take there every day.
Yes.
And then I'm telling you the truth, people who want to support, if you just put a mudala there, people will come to buy the fresh things, even in your own community, in your homes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So for the person that is listening and has been inspired by this, and they're wondering, how do I start? Do they come to you? What do they do?
If you want to get, of course, if you want to get advice, we're available. Come to me, I'll take you through. There are a lot of experiences. There are so many crops that we can do. So you show them. And then you tell them what they can do. But most importantly, first of all, understand what do you want as a person before you come to me. Because I need to understand what you want. Do you want to grow for export? Do you want to grow for local? Do you want to take to Nakasero? You don't. If you don't know, it's also allowed. But also you can say,
start somewhere.
We have a youth project. We want to grow vegetables. To begin with, to sell locally. I'll tell you, let's do this, let's do lettuce, let's do so and so. Because we know what goes here. And also you can say, we are going to be growing it in a small portion like this, where we are sitting.
Yes.
You'll put up your own container here.
What I'm hearing is, get yourself together, get your vision, get your dream, tell us your plans, and then come and have the conversation
Exactly.
with you. Yes.
And when you get the knowledge, please practice it.
Yes.
Don't get there and then you start,
Yes,
changing.
Listen to the instructions.
Consistency also is a problem.
We fly by instructions.
People see vanilla, they run to vanilla. They see
I know.
avocado, they run to avocado. That's why the coffee farmers in the village never shed tears like you guys. Because they've been on their coffee, paid school fees with
they
coffee.
Know what it does for them.
They only wait when prices are better. They are there. When the prices, they still hang in there. So coffee is one of the very good crops.
Yes.
Yeah, so they know that one day there will be, any day will have a night. When you have a night, you'll have a fall.
Yes.
So these farmers that are consistent, consistency is very important in everything you do.
The night doesn't last.
Exactly.
Eventually the day starts.
Exactly. So they just have to know that today it's so bad, it will be better tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the coffee people have mastered the game. Now I see everybody running into coffee. Let's see what happens.
For how long they'll be there?
They will not cry. They will cut them down.
For how long they will be there?
Yeah.
Yes. And even as we conclude, I want you to tell us a little bit about partnerships, because you seem to have grasped and understood partnerships.
Yeah.
So for me, that's been in agriculture for some time now, and I would like to go to the next level, to scale. Sometimes the opportunity for partnering with others is there. Just talk a little bit about it even as we conclude.
Okay, so partnerships are very broad.
Yes.
And depends on the level where you are at. Partnerships in business, but in agribusiness, partnerships in so many things. Do you know many Ugandans have land and they don't want to partner with nobody? They are clinging on their land, but they cannot actually utilize it. Two, there are these kind of partnerships that are happening everywhere with many development partners.
Yes.
Okay? They want to support people, but people are not doing the right thing. I will tell you an example. We've done partnerships with OPM, we've done projects with OPM, we've done partnerships with Goal, we are doing partnerships with other organizations. And I told you one I'm going to do with the guys in Algiers.
Yes.
The thing is, you need to open your eyes and see the opportunities out there, especially in agriculture. If you have a piece of land and you can't utilize it, why cling on to it?
Yes.
Just enter into a very good partnership. The problem with partnerships is that if you're not intentional and you don't know what you want from the beginning, one will tend to
burned.
Exactly. But when you know that, look here, I have my 50 acres and all I don't want to sell. I want someone to come and utilize it and we share. The partnership we have in Ramanja, by the way, we have Goal as our partner, we have AgriFarm, the implementing partner, we have the local, the family, it's called Guayaka family, for example. These guys provide land. We provide the technology, Goal give us some support, and the refugees are farming. So when the refugees harvest, 30% goes to the landlord.
family.
So the family is happy, the refugees are happy, and AgriFarm is also happy.
And
because for
Goal
us,
is
we are
also
making impact.
meeting their targets.
So partnerships is the trend today, actually. Whatever you do in business, look for partnerships. Meaningful partnerships. If I have the knowledge and you have the land and you have the money, we combine together. You bring what you have and I bring what I have.
Yes.
And also collaborations. Collaborate with the churches, collaborate with schools. There are so many schools that are still buying vegetables. Why not partner with companies like some of us? We bring the knowledge, you plant, you will save so much money.
Save so much, and then the children also get to learn some
Exactly.
of these things.
So the world
many
of
people
today,
teach agriculture anyway.
the world of today is about collaborations and partnerships.
And partnerships.
So let's step out and look for them.
Yes.
And many companies are willing to do those
And they
partnerships.
exist there, out there.
Yeah.
Is that some advice you also give? Can you also guide people in that area if you want it?
Yeah, we can guide. Yeah, we can guide
We can
people.
guide you on how to navigate that space as well.
It's very, very, and also embrace technology. Embrace technology. You must.
You have told us about your trip to Algiers. I think you were just like, wow.
Everywhere I go, the other time I was talking about the one of Nigeria.
Nigeria.
So when you go in a country,
Yes.
look for the best practice they're doing in your space. And when you come back, don't leave it just there. Don't
Implement. Do
just shop.
something.
Don't be excited there. Come back here and try to do what you saw
do
there.
something
Yeah.
from what you
So
learned.
that your visits and your trips are not just in vain.
Yes.
You come back and replicate. Try to do at least something. It's the only way you can learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do that, you'll definitely see, when I admire something somewhere, especially in my space of agriculture, I come and try it out. And even in my small farm, I'll try out that technology. If it works out, I'll bring people to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how knowledge really,
Yes.
it's called knowledge transfer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I'm hearing is that you're really a continuous learner. You're constantly
Every day.
learning. And that's something we need to learn. Don't settle
On
and
Google,
feel like I know it.
Then go beyond Google and see,
Yes, yes.
and then try to practice.
Yes.
Learning is continuous.
Yeah.
I've done it for
Because
25
things are
years and I'm
evolving.
still going strong.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
every day there's something new. And for us here, we are sitting, other countries are not sitting.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's learn and try to implement as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like what you say, that we're no longer in that Uganda where it's, you know, just gifted by nature only. You need to do more even with your gift.
Climate
and
change.
talent.
You can see climate
Yeah.
change all over. The
Yes.
rains are not there anymore.
Yes.
So we need to get out of
Things
the
have
comfort,
changed.
our comfort
Yes.
seats, and then we go out and look for technology.
Yeah. Just because you're the one with the singing talent. It's not that the people who sing best are the ones who make the most money
I
from
know.
singing.
I
It's
know.
those who are disciplined and are able to just
And are
tap into
consistent.
and are consistent with
Yes.
it. That's also what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uganda, we have a lot. We are rich, but
Poor.
the discipline.
We are
is-
rich but poor.
Yeah, we're rich. But that
Yeah.
story is changing. We
Yeah.
thank God that it is changing
Yeah.
now, even with more people getting more and more involved and being exposed. And people like you are here to help us.
And like you,
Yeah.
it starts with us, because for
Yes.
me, I'll tell you, I have the knowledge. You will bring the people to me.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's partnership again.
Again.
What you have and what I have, we put it together. How better can we work to make, you know, a world a better place to live in?
Yes, parting short.
For me, I want to say one thing. We have demystified this whole myth about agriculture, that probably agriculture is for the rich or for the poor. And forget about this thing where you used to be ashamed of saying, my father is a farmer. In America and elsewhere, the farmers are going to be the richest people by 2050. So please, get out of that, my father is a farmer, step up confidently, knowing that this profession is what is going to be there for as long as we live on this planet. Thank you so much, Pastor Sharon.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, Dr. Agnes. As always, I knew we wouldn't have enough time with you. I just knew. But the little that you have shared with us, surely I cannot be crying again that I tried and I failed. Now we have the knowledge. Go to the technical guys, go to the experts, get ready to invest in them. Don't look at it as a side hustle. If you look at it as a side hustle, you will hustle, to say the least. So please invest in it, love it, and know that the benefits are immense. And the times have changed. The other agriculture of those days, things have evolved. Technology is here. Help has come. Things are a lot easier. You don't have to shed the tears that people used to cry 15 years ago. Things are a lot better now. And so thank you very much, Dr. Agnes. It's been
You're
a pleasure.
welcome.
Yes.
It was nice being here.
All right. We know that you will be back soon. I'm very sure, absolutely sure, because we didn't even delve into the agribusiness part
Just
of
invite
it.
me to your church and I'll train everybody
You'll
for
train
free.
us, for free. Thank you very much for the offer. Thank you so much for the offer. But I know
All
we'll
right.
be back just to delve into the conversation on agribusiness, because today we really went into agriculture more
Farming.
than anything. Farming, to be precise.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here. Please, the only thing you know is the thing you actually implement. So go and do something about what you've learned. We never like to live without giving you an opportunity, of course, to give your life to Christ above all, because you might be the best farmer, the best guy with the biggest yield, but what will it benefit if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? So we never like to live without giving you an opportunity to start a relationship with the one who created the world, because the Bible says the earth and all that is in it belong to the Lord. And so it's important that you have a relationship with that one whom the earth that you want to tend belongs to. And so if you'd like to give your life to Christ, you can say this prayer with us right now. Say, dear Lord, thank you for my life. Thank you that you love me. Thank you that you died for me. And today, I receive your love. I receive you as my Lord and Savior. Come into my life, turn it around, and let me live a life of significance with you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And if you just say that prayer, you are definitely born again. It might not make sense, you might not be feeling anything, but the truth is that you are born again and would like to know that you gave your life to Christ, so that we can connect you to a loving church family, so there's a pastor that can talk to you and just tell you more about the prayer that you just made. So if you would like to, we would like you to reach out to us on all our social media pages, or you can call us on +256 775 642 449. That's +256 775 642 449. There's a pastor at the end of that line to help you make sense of that prayer. And from all of us here at Business Garage, the team, we thank you so much for tuning in. Do go ahead and share this link with someone who might not have tuned in, who you know will benefit. And of course, make sure that you go to church Go and celebrate with the rest of the church family. At Worship Harvest, we have over 180 locations. You can come to one of them and we'll be glad to see you. Or if you have a church family, do go to it and take our love when you go there. Until next time, remember you are blessed to be a blessing, so go out and be just that. Until next time, bye-bye.
Business Garage.